All right, guys, today I want to talk to you about something that is a little bit alarming in real estate in the market right now. So I've actually come across this stat twice within the last week, and it has come up in my business on two of my listings just within the last couple of days. So Brian Buffini is a real estate coach. If you don't sell real estate, you probably never even heard of him. But he says right now, I heard him say right now, 20% of real estate contracts are falling through. That means they're going under contract. Maybe even the buyer's gone through inspections or whatever. And then through the midst of that, before it gets to closing, the buyer's backing out. KCM is Keeping Current Matters. It's another real estate website, really good follow. It said just the other day that 15% of contracts are falling through nationwide. So just like anything else, it's probably somewhere in between there. What's normal is 12%. So that's like a normal market. Homes go under contract, and inevitably some of them are going to fall through. So here is I had two listings under contract that just fell through. Here's why they fell through. Here's why I believe that most of them probably do. I'm blaming it on realtors. Okay, I don't know. We have so many realtors, so many part-time realtors, so many realtors that sell one or two houses a year that don't know what the heck they're doing. If you only sell one or two houses a year, that's okay, but you should be growing your business. If you do this part-time, it's just not a great business. People are buying a house, selling a house is most people's largest investment. And some of these realtors I can't get a hold of, from 9 to 5, and I'm trying to help this buyer buy the people's house. I wonder if the seller knows that they can't get it. No one can get a hold of the realtor for working hours. But here's another reason why I blame it on realtors. Expectations. We need to do a better job as realtors, and I'm doing this right now, trying to educate the public. Expectations. So as a buyer, this is a conversation I have with my buyers almost every single time. If you're not buying a brand new house, that house is not going to be perfect. Okay? So let me tell you about just the most recent house. It's a $125,000 house. Great house for the price that it is. $125,000 house. We went under contract, listed $125,000. They took $122,000 and gave up 3% for closing costs for the buyer. Selling as is. Okay? Obviously, it's not perfect, but the roof needs to be replaced. Okay? I think the seller, in fact, I know the seller would have been willing to replace that roof. But the buyer or the buyer's realtor just straight up backed out of the contract. They got the buyer to sign a release, no conversation, no phone call, no nothing. So it makes me wonder, did you have a conversation with that buyer? Hey, this house isn't going to be perfect. Why would you not call me and ask me to call the seller and at least see if they're willing to replace the roof? They may have been. I don't know. In fact, they're going to get it replaced, so I know that they would have been. And then after having a conversation with that realtor, obviously they didn't offer up this information up front, but this is the second time that they've been under contract and backed out of an offer. The house is great shape other than the roof, which is going to get replaced. So basically they just wasted everyone's time. That realtor wasted their time, they wasted the seller's time, they wasted my time, and they wasted that buyer's time and money because that buyer paid for inspections and paid for an appraisal, and this is at least the second house that they've done it on. Vet your real estate agent. How many homes have they sold? Do they know what the heck they're doing? Will they answer their phone? Will they have a real conversation? Okay? So another reason is that I think offers are falling through, and this again kind of goes back on the realtors, is seller expectations, sellers, I call it still living in COVID. You can't just still, in this market, price your house wherever the heck you want and not do any repairs. Okay, I have not helped a buyer purchase a home in quite a while that didn't at least get some sort of closing costs, repairs, something. It's not COVID. COVID, you could list your house, say as is, I'm listing for $20,000 over asking, and you'd still get 20 offers. Don't mean you'd sell it for $20,000 over asking, but you still get offers. This isn't that, okay? Affordability is down for buyers because interest rates are up, and there's a lot more homes for sale. Inventory is way up, so a buyer can go to another house, find another house, and purchase it. So realtors setting expectations, realtors just not overall sucking, okay, and sellers being reasonable and understanding where the market is, and hiring an agent that's not afraid to tell you the truth. Okay, I'm not afraid to tell you the truth. I lose out on listings because I'm not afraid to tell people the truth, because I'd rather have that conversation up front. If you're going to tell me to F off, I'd rather you tell me that right from the start rather than we get under contract and there be problems and you decide you're not like me. Been called a lot of things, never been called a liar. And then the third thing why I think that they're falling apart is, and I kind of hit on this, is buyer availability or buyer affordability and inventory. With interest rates up, buyers are a lot more, let's say, picky whether or not they want to purchase a home. A lot of people are on the fence to begin with because interest rates are up. And then inventory is up. So if you get a seller that's being a hard ass and not wanting to do some repairs or whatever, then they're just going over and they're buying another house. And that's just the truth of it. So if you're a seller, there's certain things that a buyer expects on just about any house to be working. Number one, a roof. No matter what you sell your house for, buyers expect the roof to be good, especially with insurance, and that's a whole nother topic. AC, they expect the heater and the AC to work properly. They expect there not to be foundation issues. They expect the electrical to be safe and in working order. Now, I'm not saying that buyers should be asking for like ceiling fans or whatever. You know, they can ask for whatever they want, but those are like a minimum that buyers expect no matter what price range that the house that you're selling in to be in. So what can we do as realtors? What can we do as sellers to help take this number of contracts falling through back to a normal level? Be realistic. And realtors, inform your sellers and be honest with them. Don't lie to sellers just to get the listing and be able to put your sign in the yard. Sellers, I hope you're aware that realtors will do that. Okay, they will tell you whatever the heck they want to hear, and in 2 weeks call you and tell you need to reduce the price of the home, and hoping that since you're already have a listing agreement that you're just gonna listen to whatever they say. I offer a cancellation guarantee throughout my listing. So if we list it for a year, 2 months, you call me and say, hey Donnie, you're full of crap. You said you're gonna do all this stuff, you haven't done any of it. I want out of the contract. I let you out of the contract. But okay, going back to what to do as a seller, be realistic. Know the buyers have options, that they are paying a high interest rate right now. So be realistic during the inspection period that they're probably going to ask for some things, and make sure that you're informed. And when I say that, that mostly goes back to the realtors again, but make sure you understand, ask your realtor questions, and interview realtors, okay? And don't just go with someone because they tell you that they're going to sell it for more. Like, I don't decide how much your house brings. I give data, I look up comparable home sales, what homes are available, choices that buyers have, where your home fits in a bracket in a certain area, and based off those numbers, I give you that info, and it's your house, you're going to list it for whatever you want to. I'm going to give you my honest opinion, but make sure you are informed. Someone says you list, or you interview 4 different agents, and 2 agents tell you 200,000, then you get 1 agent tells you 275. I'm going to ask that agent to prove to me how they're going to get more money for my house whenever these other agents said $200,000. Odds are they're probably lying to you just to put a sign in the yard. But as always, if you need help, if you want to talk about listing your home, you want some real advice and some real numbers and someone to tell you the truth, whether you like it or not, give me a call. I'd love to help you. Also, if you're looking to buy a home, I can help you with that too. Thanks.